ball. 6th game, 1 to serve, level.
Back for game number 6.
Love 1.
The Japanese pair quite determined here to take back the last game. Again, they worked so hard to come back into it. That backhand from behind the table. Morizono has developed so much power. He's always been aggressive, but I feel like he's got more power now, more juice on his shots than when I saw him play in Japan against Matthias Carlsen a few years back.
2-1.
This is one of the many beauties of table tennis and being a spectator. You can be a spectator for 4 decades, 5 decades, even more. Being a professional athlete, you come and go. But as a spectator, you get to see generations of players rise, others reach their peak, and then new ones steal the spotlight. Matthias Carlsen and Masataka Morizono both climbing up in the world rankings and improving their games. For example, that receive, a little bit of side spin, so tough to tell where he's going with that very flexible wrist. Not loose, but he works hard for it. First towel break of the game, and they're just within 2 now, Ho Kwon Kit and Wang Chunting. Tough ball from down below the table, a bit of side and top on it, takes a nasty bounce. This is typically a good idea. This is sort of where the snake comes from. When you're under the table, the contact you can't see. From a big stroke like that, you can infer what's probably on the ball, but it's not going to be as clean as reading a shot where you see the actual contact.
3-5.
Right down the line on the step around. Big point here, within 1 now. So much rotation on this ball. This is where the marks come from on the top of the table. When someone's trying to dig in for that push, sometimes the follow through of the racket clips the table. That's why a lot of the time you'll see edge tape on different rackets. For example, both of the Hong Kong rackets, neither of the Japan rackets. Interesting. All that footwork pays off. Nippon flag flying in the front. 2 of them. Oh, goes the wrong way. He turns early. Ho Kwon Kit has been so versatile in his receive game with the angles, it's dangerous to leave early. Masataka has fast enough footwork. He shouldn't have to, really. I mean, that's the only reason you wouldn't stay put. The reason you would leave early is if you had to compensate for slow feet. But at this level of play, that or unless you feel quite confident that you've handcuffed the opponent. Oh, break off the top of the net. 1-point game once again. Masataka Morizono and Yuya Oshima took 2 titles this year on the World Tour. It was India and Qatar early in the year. 2nd and 3rd tournaments on the World Tour. Very difficult ball, slow and spinny. Morizono changes it up. Wang Chunting under the table with not too much hope, tries to float it up. Big backhand to stay in. They keep coming back. It's been the other way around. The Japanese side, by the way, keep coming back. What I was trying to say. I was going to say the Japanese pair has been the one that's recovered the deficit the last 2 games. Here the Japanese pair is leading. They can't wait. Not like they're excited. They just literally cannot wait. If they lose this game, the match is over. Top edge of the racket, Cow鎮-Ting generating more spin than Oshima has accounted for on a few occasions. Oshima's very strong in the counter loop rally typically. Just goes to show you how spinny Cow Tin-Ting's ball is. Look how high that comes off the bounce. It was in a little bit on the table, closer to the net than most loops would be. Gives it more time to be on the rise. So for the first time in a long time, Ho Kwon-Kit and Cow Tin-Ting are out in front. And a timeout here for the the Japanese pair. Thought I heard, okay, there we go. There's no other reason that the Hong Kong players would be walking off to their corner because they already used theirs. I was just impressed with how fast the Hong Kong pair got over to the corner. Sometimes that's a body language thing as well. Mentally, you're still a little bit down, a little bit slow. I don't know if depressed is the perfect term, but not feeling as good as your opponents. Okay, fight, finishing. So again, with a very limited vocabulary, but understanding a bit of body language, the universal language. Wait, mate, wait. The ball comes off the table, be patient, give a full arm stroke, and if you can't attack, play it short. Look at this body language. Like a puppy on his back, turning to the ground. Look at this. Out of the timeout now, it is 2 match points for Ho Kwon-Kit and Cow Tin-Ting to take the championship, to take the title. Ho Kwon-Kit just getting the shoe nice and right. 3rd towel break of the game. That was a big ball there for Morizono. Not an easy one, but he goes for it. Little conversation here. We've seen him come back. They saved 4 game points. Down 1-2, but can they do 2 match points here? Saved 1. Outright service point, heavy underspin, tension building, 1 match point left. The Hong Kong pair have another game if they need it, but they definitely don't want to wait that long. Looking to take it now, looking to take the title. Oh my goodness, it crawls over the net. Just spelunking down the backside, if that's the proper term. That ball could not have stayed closer to the net, yet won the point for the Japanese pair. But it's what they talked about. If you can't attack, play it short. Don't be afraid. Deuce in game number 6. And the Chiquita here. It's a drive and it's deep to the corner. 3 in a row for the Japanese pair, and the crowd wants to see this go 7. Regardless of who wins, I am with the crowd on this one. Look at the rotation on the serve, much faster back. That sweeping right foot, the top of the shoe dragging on the floor with the chole from Morizono. And the serve is back. They've been effective in the service game. Doing a complete rainbow, like a 180 flop there, and he makes it this time. He couldn't do it at 8-9, but when it counts at game point, he takes the point for Japan. This is going to the full distance here. Racket over the head, chole indeed. Game 7 coming up right after this.